Hello everyone and welcome back. Today's video is gonna be a little bit different. I wanted to sort of give thanks to all of the photographers out there who have supported the channel by purchasing my first ever Lightroom editing preset system. I released it back earlier this year. I think it was late February maybe that I put it out. Took me a really long time to put it together and I was really proud of it. But the coolest thing about this system is seeing everyone's work that they're creating with it. And some of this stuff is like absolutely incredible. It's so cool to see these presets in the hands of you guys, amazing photographers out there. So I just wanted to take some time today to highlight your guys' work instead of my own, to show what these presets are capable of and how far they can be pushed stylistically to match everyone's different tastes and needs. So yeah, it's just a really fulfilling experience I've had so far with this, and I just want to take the time today to thank everybody and show off some of your guys' amazing work. I'm going to hop in on my computer here and just sort of talk through some of these and show you guys what we have. The first person we're looking at is Marius Simon, and I'm going to go ahead and put everyone's names along the bottom as well as their Instagram handle that they use to submit the photos. This set of photos here is just absolutely brilliant. I love the look of these. Compositionally, they're just stunning. I mean, especially the center photo. He did include some notes. He used the balanced and smooth presets from the pack, and they were shot in a variety of locations across France, all on the Fuji X-T5. Next up, we have Tom. He's at Tectones on Instagram. I love the atmosphere they built using the artificial lighting. Looks really good. This one, he said he shot with the A7 IV, so a Sony A7 IV, and used the Cool preset, and it was just shot in his home. The next one was using the Nostalgia preset, and that one was with the Sony A7 IV as well at Pike Place Market in Seattle. Really cool shot of this old car here. And the last one was on a ferry, but this one was shot with the new Fuji X100VI using the balanced preset. So all three really great photos, and thank you for submitting. Next we have Monet, Monet Kuth, I think is how you pronounce it. And he starts off with a photo from the Sony A7R III. This was in Boston, in the Chinatown area of Boston, Massachusetts. The second photo here was from Hawaii. He said he shot this using the A7R III as well, and had his white balance basically set to daylight and one-clicked this preset using the balance preset. So thanks for sharing that information. That's really cool to give people an idea of just sort of like what the base starting point looks like with that one. He's been all over the place recently. Went from Boston to Hawaii to Florida. This one was with the Ricoh GR3X using the Squeaky Clean preset. Again, he said he just set the white balance to cloudy, and this was a one-click edit using that method. Next up, we have Joel. I am not going to try to pronounce your name, buddy, because I know I'm going to get it wrong. Very cool. Obviously, this one's using the black and white preset. It's, you know, kind of modeled off of old cine films. And this was shot on the Sony A7 IV and a 35mm 1.8 lens. These were all taken in Rome, which is really cool. Never been there. And he clearly did this place justice. This is another beautiful one here. This was with an A7 IV and the Tamron 17-50 lens. And then we finally got one more here. Absolutely beautiful light. I love the reflection on the water. Just the colors are just stunning, really. I mean, that is like exactly what I would want from that situation. So wonderful work there again with the A7 IV and Tamron 17-50. And everyone's photos here, as you can probably tell already, there are so many different styles that are represented across these. And it really just kind of emphasizes the fact that this is not something that you have to just expect to work in one click. These were really built using sort of the intention I had was like, and I explain all this in the document that comes with the preset pack as well, but these are really supposed to be just adaptable, so they're a good starting point for you, but you won't lose the ability to understand what's happening behind each look and be able to customize it so that they work for you and your style. And so you can really use these as a base and sort of create your own really cool looks with them, not just like have to expect them all to work perfectly after one click. So they're really flexible. And the design document that I included really explains sort of like how I approach it using the presets. There's even a video included where I walk through editing a few images. So it's just reinforcing the fact again, like all these look so different and unique and cool, and they're not using a wide variety. There's only 8, I think 8. Yeah, 8 presets in the whole thing with some other adjustment modifiers and stuff. But the sky's the limit, really. And this is a great example of that. So Jock, he's submitted 3 images as well. We have basically everything here was shot on the Fujifilm X-T5 in a variety of locations. The one from California here on the bench was using the smooth preset. I love the composition of the center weightedness of the bench with that overarching tree. Just very cool. I love that you didn't put his head on the horizon line. Like there's space in between there. That's one of those things that really bothers me. Like if there's someone's head being divided by a horizon line, I just immediately am like turned off by it. So weird little composition tip thrown in here, but yeah, how he's done this is perfect. There's a little bit of space so you can define each subject with nothing being split in between. So really, really nice composition there, Jock. Another one here, this one was from New York City and he used the tungsten preset. So really cool to see what he's done with the tones there. And this last one here, it was taken in, he called it Nowhere, Virginia. And that was using the Nostalgia preset, which is sort of modeled after some of the Kodak films. Next up, we have Maximilian. He goes by @ExpensiveGearIsMyTherapy on Instagram, which I think is absolutely hilarious, by the way. That is amazing. I think we can all relate to some extent on that. But these 2 photos were shot on the Lumix S5 II with the 16-35 f4 lens. They look like they came from the same person, but they don't look the same, if that makes sense. So they have like a certain feel and a certain aesthetic to them, but they're not dominated by some forced color palette that makes everything just look exactly identical. Like these can stand on their own, but then when you put them together, tone-wise, they do look like they came from the same person. Next up, we have Jasmine and Patrick. Really cool photos here. These were shot with the Sony system, the A7C II and the A7 IV. Again, like these are just really well done. I love the neutral tone they have. It's a very natural color palette that they've chosen to go with here. Really well done. And thank you for submitting, guys. I really appreciate it. Next up, we have Stephen Crutch. I have actually followed Stephen for a long time on Instagram. The dude is an incredible photographer. I mean, seriously, just go follow him. He's amazing. All from California, some on the coast. And these were all shot with the Leica Q2. So kind of a cool pairing, seeing that camera and how it performs. This last one especially, man, so many layers happening here. I love that the waves are kind of mimicking that shape of the rock in the foreground and just really, really nice work. And yeah, really appreciate you sharing these. Next up, we have Edgardo. These are from a Fujifilm X-T20 off the Amalfi Coast in Italy. He's gone with a little bit of a different look with like subdued highlights, kind of flattened whites and stuff, but still really nice and saturated on some of those blues and pink and red colors. So Edgardo, thank you for submitting. And yeah, I'm really loving these. Got me having the travel bug over here. Next up, we have Andrew Hall. 2 of these were taken in Japan, he said, and all 3 of them were edited with the Smooth or Cinestill preset. He said that the Torii Gates photo on the right was shot with the Canon R5, and the snowy truck and the umbrella man in the middle were both shot on the G7X. And he said, he actually sent a little extra info too, and said that the Cinestill preset has been the ultimate film substitute for him. That's awesome. I love to hear that, because that's sort of the whole history and design of these things, is to make them mesh well with my portfolio when I'm shooting film, so that when I put everything together in one space, or I shoot a project with mixed mediums, they all look consistent and cohesive. So I love to hear feedback like that. That's how I use them, and it's cool to hear that you're using them that way as well. Next up, we have Luke. The first one he called Castle on the Water, And this one was from France. Actually, all three of these are from different areas of France. And they're all shot with the Fuji X-T5. Thank you for including this wide variety, Luke. I really appreciate you submitting these. And it was awesome to be able to show some of your photos here. Next up, we have Rick. He's also just been really cool about sharing photos with me that he has taken and used the presets on. He gets around, but all three of these on this round here are from Greece, and they're all shot with the Fuji X100V. They're all great, but that right one is something special. Matt's one of those guys who's really humble, and he does this as like a hobby, or calls himself an amateur photographer or whatever. I think he's great, and I think that's a great attitude to have, but give yourself a little more credit, dude. These are great. So he took these in a variety of locations across England on the X106. Yeah, man, just a big fan. I always love seeing your work pop up on the hashtag, so please keep it coming. If nothing else, just selfishly, I enjoy seeing your work. So next up, we have Nick. Nick's from my old hometown of Columbus, Ohio. These were all shot at a place that I used to spend some time, actually, before YouTube was a thing in my life. He said these were all shot with a Fuji X-T5 with the Black Pro Mist filter on the 35mm 1.4 lens. So Ott, aka @7ott5 on Instagram, submitted some. This first one at the box office was taken in Huntsville, Alabama with the X100F. Next photo from him was in Destin, Florida with the X-T5 and the 23mm RWR lens. And then you also have this last one here, which was of a church in Washington, D.C. And he shot that one with the X Pro 3 and the 23mm LMWR 1.4 lens. Next up, we have Dan. Dan goes by Dan Shoots Everything on Instagram. And he probably does, but in this one, I picked 3 from his recent trip to Japan to share with you guys because they're just all really cool. This first one is using one of the presets that I use the least, but that I've seen save me in certain situations when like other edits are too dramatic. And that's exactly why I named this one Squeaky because it's very clean, it's very mild, and this scene is a perfect example of why it exists. The colors are all really true to life. They look great, man. I love this composition. That was shot on the Fuji X106. And this one was shot on the Sony a7 IV using the pushed preset. It's actually modeled off of a film that I pushed 2 stops in development and got that effect from. So I tried to mimic that look via this preset. I had some reference images that I had taken with a digital and a film camera that side by side had the same images on it. So I was able to sort of replicate the look. So this last one here was shot using the Creamy preset applied to the a7 IV file. He shot this with a 35mm lens. And I just love it, man. It's such a nice, bright, clean, airy look. Shooting midday can be really hard, and I think this is a great choice for this image. Yanis, thank you for submitting. These are beautiful images shot in the Dolomites, another area where, man, you guys are going such cool places. Like, I never get to go anywhere that cool. I'm always too busy working and whatever. I always make excuses like that about not being able to go. But I need to get out of the country more. I got some friends in Germany I need to visit too, but that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, Yanis, thank you for submitting these, dude. They're beautiful. They're shot with the A6700 in the Dolomites. I particularly love that middle one that you chose, the black and white edit on. That thing is stunning, dude. The scale is crazy. Yeah, it looks like a cover of a novel or something. So beautiful job, and really appreciate you taking the time to upload these for me. These next set of images are from Cruz, aka Cruz Enyo on Instagram. Thanks for submitting, dude. These are beautiful photos. He said they were all shot on the Leica Q3 with the balanced preset. I absolutely love this composition on the second one. It's probably my favorite one of the group. That blocking that you've achieved with the foreground shadow on the left side is just really nice. Yeah, dude, really cool take on that, and I thank you for submitting. And last but not least, we have Eunice Kim, aka @Where's Eunice on Instagram. There is a good variety in this set here. So the first one with these colorful buildings was shot with the X100V. The second one is, wow, dude, I love that photo. I just want to like sit down and read a whole entire book there. Like I'm not even a huge reader. Like I'm not an avid reader. I've probably read like 30 or 40 books my whole life. I want to sit in that chair and read all day. Anyways, yeah, that one was shot with an X100V in Sea Ranch, California. It looks like a beautiful, relaxing place to be. I love the mood in that photo. And then finally, this one here, which again, like I just love this. This was shot on the Ricoh GR3 in San Diego, California. And the key for me is this dog in the bottom left corner. I mean, that's just such a nice little touch. So again, thank you to everyone for submitting. It was a big ask for me to have you upload them to a Google Drive, give me all this information and share your work and just all the info that you gave me on the cameras and lenses and what presets. I really appreciate it. And I think it gives people a good idea too of what you're capable of as artists, what these tools can help you accomplish. And again, thank you so much for the support and trusting in me and my products. I really am passionate about delivering top tier things that when you buy them, you feel like you get a great value for it. And man, it's been really a great experience so far. So I thank all of you who have purchased them, or even just for watching this video or for commenting nice things on my videos. I know I don't keep up as much as other people. I'm trying to get better at that, I promise. And I think a part of it is just taking things a little less seriously like this one. So hopefully you appreciate this video and found it interesting. Again, huge shout out to all these photographers. Go follow them all. They're all great. They're all uploading using the hashtags here and there, but really like just go follow their page. It's not about me in this one. It's about them. These people are amazing. There's so many more from where this came from. I have a bunch of friends using them and submitting. I didn't feel it was right to showcase my own friends' work for once. I wanted to share strangers' work. So thank you again to everyone. I really appreciate it. I hope you appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next one. If you're interested in these presets, you know where to find them. They're in the link below. So go check them out and share them with me. If you guys are out there shooting photos with these things, man, even if you don't post them, if you just want to like DM me on Instagram or whatever, I want to see it. I want to see what you're making with these things. There's so many talented photographers out there. So please send them to me. Anyways, I'll either talk to you there or here or drop a comment or do whatever. And I'll see you guys in the next one.